Boy, Dutch, the Damon, and you now watching Damon Time with Dutch. On today's episode of Prison Stories Uncut, we in that Maryland prison system with it, man. But before I hop off in the storytelling mode, I want to send a big shout out to the brother Stephen Campbell. This brother sent his hard-earned money in, bless the channel through Cash App. Appreciate you, brother. Can't appreciate you enough. This brother don't just watch the channel, he support the channel. Now that we got that out the way, let's get it. Yeah, man, so when Nolan found out Stoneface and his cell buddy went out off the smack, that shit crushed him for real. Because him and Facehead got tight. And he felt like he put that work in for him because originally it was his situation. But see, the big brothers didn't disclose to the lower ranking brothers in the field that Stoneface was a rat. It was big brother business. They kept it amongst themselves and just cleaned house. The administration kept the prison on lockdown for 2 weeks. Shit, it wasn't until after a week of being on institutional lockdown when he got the Baltimore Sun newspaper and smack dab on the front page. It was a whole article about Stoneface murder case, his co-defendant, and how he basically gave up his co-defendant years ago. And then it went on to talk about how the drugs was laced and they think it was intentional and all of that. And how it was a big investigation going on about it. And that situation alone had Hagertown under scrutiny. Now they was under the microscope for being unsafe prisons, having janky security and an influx of contraband. So Roxbury was definitely tightened up on anything involving security, the visiting room, the school building, medical, anything. They raised the security level times 10. But anyway, when Nolan read that article, he couldn't believe his eyes. Then he started to sit back and put two and two together. Because he went out minutes after the hit. Went out off the smack right after the hit. And by Nolan knowing that they was going to bless him for his acts of loyalty, he already knew where it came from. Anytime him and his cell buddy went out, that shit was done deliberately. They just didn't know he was going to share it with his cell buddy. So he ended up being like collateral damage. He just sat shaking his head in disbelief, thinking to himself like, this shit getting spooky. Cause the way how the big brothers move and the way the good brothers are structured, man, you never know. Your time might come around. And you see how they dealing with shit, they standing on business. And that was the moment he realized he was a part of some serious shit. Now, a week later, when the situation simmered down and they come off lockdown, that situation with the white boys, the DMIs was still in the air behind what happened to Lefty. So when they opened that big yard up, all the good brothers come out deep looking strong. And they all had to come out and report over to the handball court for a mandatory meeting. A memo had got sent down from the big brothers to all the housing units, letting the brothers know be on high alert, cold black, gather all weapons, whether it be locks in the socks, knives, whatever, bricks, razor blades, whatever, and be on standby for a possible full-scale war with the DMI, the white boys. And while the good brothers was out in the yard congregating, the DMIs was out in the yard doing the same exact thing on the opposite side of the big yard. They was congregating. Now, back over East Baltimore, Sergeant O'Reilly calls himself going through his baby mother Taisha's phone while she in the shower. He done peeped her code while she wasn't looking and remembered it. Called himself going through her phone and finding just what he was looking for. She sending Tion videos of her playing with herself. He reading text messages. She talking about how much she can't wait to suck yo. You know what I mean? He reading all that. His heart breaking more and more with every message he read, with every picture he see. He loses his top. Bust up in the bathroom. Snatch the curtain back. Holding up the cell phone in his hand. What is this? What the fuck is this? Taisha like, what is she doing to my phone? She try to snatch the phone out of his hand. He blacks completely out. Get the punching on her while she in the shower. Slamming her down in the tub. So she ball up in a fetal position while he whooping on her. Like a lot of other battered women do, she took the beating. Battered and bruised, eyes swollen shut. He left her in the tub, bleeding from the mouth while he storms out of the house. In a rage, all she could do was lay in the bed. So the next day, she don't go to work, of course. He came back to the house early in the morning but didn't come upstairs. Just changed his little correctional officer uniform, made some coffee, and went to work with a chip on his shoulder. As soon as he got to work, he was on a mission. He went in his little office and closed the door, hopped on that computer, and started looking into Tion files. And he finds out through his little research that Tion is the dude that killed the blood kid up in the new jail. and they ain't get no charges pressed on him about it. So when Sergeant O'Reilly see this, he leaned back in his chair like, oh, okay, that's who he is. Wanna fuck with my family, do it? Okay. Probably think it's real funny seeing me walking around here knowing he fucking with my baby mother. But okay, I'm gonna have the last laugh. So that afternoon, he went on the north side and got the 2 OGs for the Bloods and told him he need to see them in his office. He tell the officer that was working there, too, like, them 2, they coming with me. So she like, all right, they follow Sergeant O'Reilly down to his office, down by Center Hall. When they get in his office, he go behind the desk, tell him to have a seat. They both sit down. He turned his computer screen around. It's a prison ID picture of Tion. He asked both the Blood OGs, y'all know who this is? So they looking at each other like, huh? So right away, O'Reilly get to thinking like, oh, no, I ain't asking y'all to do no snitching or nothing like that. I got a business proposition for you. So when the Bloods hear that, they look at each other like, oh, yeah, what's up? So he get to tell them like, man, look, this the same nigga that killed one of y'all brothers up Hagerstown. So this should be right up y'all alley. So the Blood nigga, the dark-skinned one, he like, we listening. So Sergeant O'Reilly tell him like, man, look, I got $1,200. I got $1,500 for y'all to hit this bitch ass nigga.